What fish will eat the poop in your aquarium? I can see fish poop gathering on the bottom of my tank rather quickly. Right now I use a gravel vacuum to remove it, but I was curious if there would be a fish that could eat the poop for me. There is no fish that will eat poop in an aquarium. The only way to remove fish poop is to use a gravel vacuum and remove it manually. But do not get disappointed. There are definitely ways to reduce maintenance on your aquarium. In this video I will explain some things that you need to know about cleaning the fish poop from your tank, so keep watching. What kind of fish eats poop? There are various types of cleaner fish that are often referred to as a cleanup crew. Although adding the right fish can definitely reduce the necessary maintenance. Snails, shrimp, plecos, and corridoras are all part of the cleanup crew to a lot of people including me. These are the fish that you add to your aquarium that will scout around for uneaten food, plant rest, and sometimes even deceased fish. It is useful to have a cleanup crew in your tank to find all kinds of organic leftovers. If these critters would not find all the organic leftovers, it would turn into a major source of ammonia. If your tank is unable to handle the ammonia spikes, it would become a major threat to your fish. All this could start to rot, creating toxic ammonia. When not to add a cleanup crew. However, some people add a cleanup crew because they would like them to do the work for them. The mindset that you can add other fish to your tank so you never have to do maintenance again is wrong. First of all, these fish do not eat poop, and second, they produce poop themselves. When to add a cleanup crew? If fish food inevitably fall to the bottom of the tank. If you like critters like catfish, shrimp, or snails. If you want some help keeping your tank algae-free. If your aquarium has a couple of fish that you love feeding, but you notice that they do not eat all the food you feed them, even if you reduce the amount you feed, it might be a good idea to add a cleanup crew. But the absolute best reason to add a cleanup crew is that they are awesome fish to keep. Bristlenose catfish are fascinating fish and also rather easy to breed. A school of corridoras catfish is beautiful to watch, and I also love my snails and shrimp. You should also feed these fish dedicated food and not rely on them eating algae or leftovers from your other tank mates. Add food like sinking algae wafers. How do you get rid of fish poop in an aquarium? Removing poop by hand doesn't have to be that bad. I actually find it rather satisfying. Use a gravel vacuum to remove fish poop from the tank. You must use water flow to get rid of fish poop in your aquarium. Aim a wavemaker or the output of your filter across your substrate. This way, all the poop is directed towards the filter intake. 1. Use intake sponges and flow to your advantage. How can you use the technology in your aquarium to help you keep your aquarium free from fish poop? To do this, you should add a sponge to the intake of your filter, and you should increase or adjust the flow in your tank. Keep in mind that increasing the flow is only possible if you have fish that can tolerate more flow. For bigger aquariums, you could buy power heads. Power heads are water pumps that you can stick to the side of your aquarium, that will generate a flow in the desired direction. But these dedicated power heads generate a strong flow, that is not suitable for smaller aquariums. A good substitute option for a smaller aquarium is small water pumps with suction cups, and just stick them on the glass. Luckily these power heads are not that expensive, and one that has been getting great reviews on Amazon by a lot of people is the Sun Submersible Circulation Pump, fancy terms for power head. You can check it out on the Amazon link in the description. If you can create a flow that is aimed towards your filter intake and more or less flows across the substrate, the fish poop will not hit the ground but will be guided towards the filter intake. Now, this is where the filter intake sponges come into play. If you add an intake sponge that is easy to access and remove, you can take out the fish poop by just removing the intake sponge and clean it in a bucket, outside the aquarium. 2. Get yourself a proper gravel vacuum. There is nothing that is going to clean your tank except for you. Gravel vacuum is the best way to remove fish poop from your aquarium, and it allows you to rinse the gravel or sand while you are doing a water change. Gravel vacuum lifts the top layer of your substrate and shakes and stirs it around real good. Now, these gravel vacuums can become super expensive, but you do not need those. All you need is a simple gravel vacuum, except when you have a big tank, 100 gallons/380 liters or bigger, where you probably want a longer one. I would recommend this one, which currently is on Amazon. It is simple and convenient, as it will make the process much easier. This is why fish poop is and is not as bad as it looks. Poop is super annoying because it is a massive eyesore. It is ugly and looks gross. However, a lot of people also think it is a major source of toxic ammonia. This is not immediately true. Most of the ammonia a fish produces is already excreted from its gills, way before it poops. Therefore, the fish poop does not immediately need to be removed from the aquarium, unlike other wasteful products like uneaten food or deceased fish. You could even use the poop to your advantage if you're willing to add live plants to your aquarium. If you choose some great root-feeding plants, they are able to use the remaining nutrients in fish poop to grow. Thank you for watching.